Imagine you are sitting at your desk. You just had a brilliant idea for an app.
Oh, we have all been there.
Right. Maybe it's a tool that could save your company thousands of hours of boring work. Or, maybe it's a fun game you want to play with your family.
Exact.
But then reality hits. You just stop.
Because you don't know how to code.
Exactly. Learning a programming language takes months. Sometimes it takes years. So your great idea just stays locked inside your notebook.
And yesterday, that idea would have died right there on the page.
Yeah. But today, you can just speak it into existence.
It is a massive shift in how we create software. I mean, imagine simply describing what you want in plain conversational English, and then the computer writes all the complex code for you.
It sounds like magic.
It does, but this isn't science fiction. It is happening on computers all over the world right now.
Welcome to our exploration today. We are looking at a very popular AI tool called Lovable.
You might actually know it by its older name, which was GPT Engineer.
Right. So our mission for this session is to understand exactly what this tool is and, of course, how it works.
We will look at the real, everyday things people are building with it, too.
Yes, and we'll walk you through the exact steps to go from a blank screen to a working app. Finally, we'll look at the incredible financial success behind this company.
Because it completely changes who gets to be a creator in the digital world. You no longer need a computer science degree to build something valuable.
Exactly. So let's start with the basics. To understand how you can build an app just by talking to a computer, we first need to understand the tool itself.
Right.
What exactly is Lovable?
Well, Lovable is what the tech industry calls a full-stack AI app builder.
Okay, full stack. That sounds a bit technical. How do we explain that simply for anyone listening?
Let's use an analogy. Think of a restaurant.
Okay, a restaurant.
Right. A restaurant has two main areas. First, there's the dining room. This is what the customer sees. It has tables, nice lighting, and menus.
The pretty part.
Yes, the pretty part. In software, we call this the front end. It is the user interface. It's the buttons you click, the colors on your screen, and the text you read. Lovable builds this beautiful dining room using modern design tools.
That makes perfect sense. So, what is the second area?
The second area is the kitchen and the pantry.
Okay.
The customer in the restaurant never sees this part.
Yeah.
But it is where all the actual work happens. It is where the ingredients are stored securely.
Right, behind the scenes.
Exactly. In software, we call this the back end. It includes the database.
And a database is simply a massive filing cabinet, right, where user information is stored.
Spot on. It also includes the secure systems that allow users to log in with a password. Lovable builds this kitchen area too. It automatically connects to a system called Supabase to handle all this invisible background work.
Wow, so it builds both the dining room and the kitchen. It builds the entire restaurant for you.
It really does.
That is incredible. And this brings us to a new concept we keep seeing. The term is vibe coding.
Ah, yes, vibe code.
An AI researcher named Andrej Karpathy created this term in early 2025.
Right.
Vibe coding means you don't type programming languages anymore. You write code by using natural English. You just express your intention.
Yes. You focus entirely on what you want to build. The AI handles how to build it.
Wait a minute, though. I have to push back on this a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
If I have to explain my idea perfectly in English and use very specific words to get exactly what I want, isn't that just a new type of programming language?
That is a very fair point.
It sounds like I am still coding. I am just using an English dictionary instead of a technical manual.
That is a brilliant observation. You are exactly right. English is your new programming language. But there is a very important difference in how things fail.
How so?
In traditional coding, if you miss a single comma or use the wrong bracket, the whole app crashes. It is a syntax error. The computer simply stops working.
Right. It is very rigid.
Yes. But with vibe coding, the challenge is entirely different. A misplaced adjective changes your entire product.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you tell the AI to make the app modern instead of make the app minimalist, the AI will give you a completely different design. So the new bug isn't a syntax error. It is a communication error.
That is fascinating. So it removes the need to memorize symbols, but it requires a brand new skill.
Exactly.
You must have excellent communication skills. You need clear, structured thinking. If you give the AI confusing instructions, it will build a confusing app.
Precisely. You have to learn how to explain your ideas with perfect clarity.
So now that we know what the tool is, what does this actually look like in the real world? What are normal people creating with Lovable today?
First, we need to clarify what Lovable is best at. Right now, it is really built for web applications.
Okay, so apps you use in a web browser on your computer or phone, like Google Chrome or Safari.
Yes. It is not currently designed for making native mobile apps. Those are the specific apps you download directly from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store.
Right. But even just sticking to web apps, the examples are incredible. A lot of people are using it to build minimum viable products. We call these MVPs.
Yes. For listeners who might not know, an MVP is a very simple early version of an app.
Right.
Let's say you want to build an app for dog walkers. You don't build the entire app with GPS tracking, messaging, and payment processing on day one. That takes months of work.
Too much time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead, your MVP is just a simple web page. It has a single button that says book a dog walker. You build it quickly to see if anyone actually clicks the button. You test if your business idea is good before you spend time and money.
Startups love this. But it is not just for testing new ideas, right?
No, not at all.
Normal, everyday businesses are building internal tools. For example, they're building custom CRMs, and CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management.
Right. Think of a CRM as a smart address book. It is a tool a business uses to track sales, remember client names, and see who has paid their bills.
Normally, a business has to pay expensive monthly fees for a generic CRM tool.
Oh yeah, very expensive.
But now, small business owners just ask Lovable to build a custom one perfectly matched to their specific needs.
It is a huge money saver. People are also building simple data visualization dashboards.
What are those?
These are just screens that show colorful charts and graphs. They help business owners look at their daily numbers, and they are building landing pages to capture customer emails, too.
There is an amazing success story from Reddit that really highlights how fast this is.
Oh, the 30 apps challenge.
Yes. A user decided to challenge themselves. They wanted to see the true power of vibe coding. So they built 30 different apps in 30 days using Lovable.
30 apps in 1 month. I mean, in the past, a single app might take a team of developers several months to build.
Yes, and they had some massive wins during this challenge. One day, they built a Google Chrome extension.
An expansion is a small tool added to your web browser.
Right. This specific tool summarizes long YouTube videos while you watch them. They built it in just one afternoon.
Wow.
They launched it, and they got over 1,000 active users in the very first week.
That is incredible. Now, they did have some failures, too. Not every app was a success.
True.
On another day, they tried to build an AI meal planner. It was supposed to help people plan their dinners for the week, but it completely failed. People found it way too complicated to use.
But here's the critical lesson from that failure. The user said the biggest advantage of Lovable was the speed.
Right.
They didn't spend 6 months building that failed meal planner. They spent 1 day. Getting real feedback from real users quickly is a massive advantage in business.
Absolutely. You learn what people hate immediately so you can move on to the next idea.
It reminds me of building with Lego blocks.
Oh, I love that analogy.
But instead of you searching through a huge box for the tiny specific pieces and snapping them together yourself, you just tell the AI what you want. You say,
Yeah.
I want a red house with a blue roof.
And the AI finds all the right Lego pieces and connects them for you instantly.
Exactly. It's perfect for rapid prototyping. So listening to these success stories naturally makes you wonder,
How do we actually do it?
exactly. If I have an idea for a YouTube summarizer today, do I just open my laptop, go to Lovable, and type make me a cool app?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, really?
That is the biggest mistake beginners make. Let's walk you through the exact workflow. There are 4 steps.
Okay, step 1.
Step 1 is plan. This is the most critical step. You should never just open the tool and type a vague idea. You must plan first.
Right.
Take out a real piece of paper. Write down exactly who the app is for. Write down the single most important action you want the user to take.
So for the dog walking app, the main action is just clicking book a walker.
Exactly. Keep it simple. If you skip this planning step, the AI will guess what you want. And, well, it will probably guess wrong.
Okay, so after we plan on paper, we move to step 2, prompt.
Yes.
This is where you write a clear instruction in English, you tell Lovable what to build, and there is an interesting trick here.
What's that?
You can use specific buzzwords to help the AI understand the visual style you want. You can use words like minimal, playful, professional, or cinematic.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah, the AI understands these emotional words and picks the right colors and fonts automatically.
What is really fascinating about step 2 is that you aren't limited to just typing text. You can actually upload a picture.
Wait, really?
Yes, you can take your piece of paper, draw a simple box for an image, draw a rectangle for a button, and write menu at the top. You take a photo with your phone, upload it to Lovable, and it uses your messy drawing as the exact blueprint for the app.
That blows my mind. You literally draw it and it builds it.
Yeah.
Okay, step 3 is iterate.
Right. The AI generates the app in just a few minutes. You watch it appear right on your screen, but, it probably won't be perfect on the first try.
Sure.
It might have the wrong color or the text might be too small. So you use a feature called chat mode. You talk to the AI like a partner. You ask it to make small changes.
So you just type, make the login button orange, or move the menu to the left side.
Exactly. And then we reach step 4, own the code. This step is extremely important for your long-term success.
Why is that?
Many easy website builders trap you in their system. If you stop paying their monthly fee, or if you want to move your site, you lose everything. You don't actually own the code.
But Lovable is different.
Very different. Lovable exports the real professional code directly to GitHub.
Okay, for our listeners, you can think of GitHub simply as Google Drive for code. It is a safe, public place on the internet where developers store and share their software.
Right.
Because Lovable puts your code there, you own it 100%, it belongs to you, you can take it anywhere.
Yep. If your app becomes wildly successful, you can hire a human developer to take that exact code and add to it later.
That gives a lot of peace of mind. But I have to ask a practical question.
Okay.
What if I don't know the right technical words to ask for what I want? What if my English vocabulary for software design is limited? How do I tell the AI what to build if I don't know what things are called?
That is a very common concern. But there's a fantastic trick you can use. You can ask Lovable to ask you clarifying questions before it starts building.
Oh, how does that work?
You just type your basic idea, and then you add this specific sentence. Ask me questions to fully understand what I want before you write any code.
Wow.
The AI will then act like a real, patient human consultant. It will ask you multiple choice questions about the design. It will ask about your users. It ensures you are both perfectly on the same page before it builds anything.
That is such a smart trick. It makes the AI do the hard work of figuring out the vocabulary. So it sounds like magic so far. But let's be honest, every tool has a downside.
Yes, nothing's perfect.
What happens when this workflow doesn't go smoothly? What is the catch?
The catch is very real. It is something the tech community calls the iteration problem. As we discussed, the very first version of the app generated by Lovable is often amazing. It feels like pure magic.
Right.
But the severe problems begin when you ask the AI to make small changes.
So say my app looks great, but I just want to move the menu bar from the top of the screen to the bottom.
Exactly. You ask the AI to move the menu bar, the AI moves it. But in the process, it accidentally breaks the whole page. Suddenly, your images disappear. The text gets completely mixed up. The colors change.
Oh, wow. Why does that happen? Why would moving a menu break an image?
It happens because AI has a limited memory. It is called a context window. You can think of it like a painter's focus.
A painter's focus.
Yeah. Imagine a painter who is zoomed in very, very close to a massive canvas. They are focusing incredibly hard on painting one tiny leaf on a tree. Because they are zoomed in so close, they literally forget where the rest of the forest is.
Oh, I see.
The AI works the exact same way. When you ask it to fix a tiny menu bar, it focuses all its attention on the menu. It briefly forgets the underlying structure of the rest of the page, so when it moves the menu, it accidentally crushes the image below it.
That makes perfect sense. It lacks the big picture context when it is fixing small bugs.
Yes, and this leads us to a very stressful problem for the user. Pricing. Right. Lovable uses a system of credits. Every time you send a message or ask for a change, it costs you credits. They have a free version, but it's very small. You only get about 5 credits a day.
That is not a lot.
No. If you want to build a real project, you need a paid version. This costs around $25 or $50 a month and gives you a set amount of credits.
Wait, I see where this is going. If I pay credits for every single prompt and the AI makes a mistake and I ask the AI to fix its own mistake, I am paying for the AI's mistakes.
Exactly. You can easily waste all your daily credits going in circles. You ask the AI to fix a bug, it fixes that bug but creates a new one. You ask it to fix the new bug, it costs you more money and it breaks something else. You can burn through your monthly allowance just fighting over a simple layout problem.
I could spend all my money just arguing with a computer trying to fix a broken button. That sounds incredibly frustrating.
It is. Many users complain about this exact issue. And there's an even bigger warning we need to discuss. One user shared a true horror story online.
Oh no, what happened?
They had their app working perfectly. They had real customers using it. But they wanted to make a small change to their database. They let the AI handle it.
Let me guess. It broke.
Worse, the AI accidentally migrated the database incorrectly. It scrambled the information, it completely ruined their live app, the data was corrupted, and the business went offline.
Oh no, imagine waking up and seeing your business completely broken. Your customers cannot access their accounts. That's a nightmare.
It is a total nightmare. When the user contacted customer support, it took a long time to get a response. And the support team told them that AI cannot fix broken customer databases. Once the data is scrambled, it is incredibly hard to save.
Wow. So what is the lesson there?
The lesson is that you still need human oversight. You cannot blindly trust the AI with important live business data. You must set firm boundaries.
Right.
Use the AI to build the front-end design. Use it to build the initial structure. But when it comes to sensitive customer data, you need to be extremely careful.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means planning is not just a good idea. Planning is literally a way to save your money.
Yes, absolutely.
Vague prompts waste your credits. Clear, careful instructions save you money and time. If you plan carefully on paper first, you won't have to argue with the AI later.
Precisely. The tool is powerful, but it requires discipline from the user.
Despite these challenges, the iteration problem, the cost of credits, the bugs, this tool is exploding in popularity. Let's look at the incredible business success behind Lovable. We have to talk about the market impact because the financial numbers are staggering.
The financial milestones are truly historic for the software industry. In February 2026, Lovable reached $400 million in annual recurring revenue.
Let's explain that term quickly. Annual recurring revenue, or ARR, is the total amount of money a company expects to make in a single year from monthly subscriptions.
Correct. $400 million is a massive number. But here's the craziest part. They added $100 million of that total in a single month. Yeah. Adding that much new revenue in 4 weeks is almost unheard of for a software startup.
And the efficiency of the company is what has the entire tech world in shock. They achieved this massive financial milestone with a very tiny team. They only have 146 employees.
Yes. If you do the simple math, that is about $2.7 million in revenue per single employee.
That is huge.
It is. For a traditional successful software company, making $200,000 to $400,000 per employee is considered normal. Lovable is operating at almost 10 times that normal rate. It's highly unusual and incredibly disruptive to traditional Silicon Valley business models.
So why is this happening? Why are people rushing to buy this subscription? Why is it making so much money so fast?
It's because Lovable completely opens up the market. Before tools like this, companies that sold developer tools were selling to a very specific small group. They were selling to the 30 million professional programmers in the world. But Lovable isn't just selling to programmers. They're selling to the other 8 billion people on Earth. They're selling to anyone who has an idea.
That makes total sense. It reminds me of a huge historical shift. Think about computers in the 1970s. If you wanted to do complex math on a computer, you had to be a computer scientist. You had to type strange commands into a dark screen.
Exactly.
But then the spreadsheet was invented. Suddenly, accountants, teachers, and small business owners could use computers. They didn't need to know how the computer worked inside. They just needed to know how to organize numbers.
That is a perfect comparison.
Lovable's doing the exact same thing right now, but for building software.
It democratizes software creation.
Yeah.
It takes the power of building apps out of the hands of a few technical experts. It gives that power to the general public. As long as you can speak clearly and plan logically, you can participate in the digital economy as a creator. You are no longer just a consumer.
A creator, not just a consumer. That is a powerful idea. So let's summarize the key takeaways for you. What is the most important thing to remember from our discussion today?
The main takeaway is that Lovable AI is a highly powerful tool that turns your simple English instructions into real working web applications.
Yeah.
It completely removes the barrier of learning a complex programming language.
Right.
It makes it possible for you to quickly test your ideas, build prototypes, and even launch small businesses in a single weekend.
But as we learned, it is not a magic wand. You must plan carefully on paper before you start. If you give vague instructions, you will waste your time and your money fighting with the AI's limited memory.
Yes.
You have to communicate clearly step by step. If you do that, it is an incredible partner.
Exactly. It requires a new type of communication skill, but the reward is the ability to build software at incredible speed.
Before we wrap up, think about this final idea. We talked about how traditional coding was like learning a difficult foreign language. Now that barrier is completely gone. If the technical barrier to building software completely disappears, if literally anyone in the world can build a working app in an afternoon, what happens to the value of the software itself? Maybe the code doesn't matter anymore. Maybe the only thing that holds true value now is how incredibly unique your idea is.
It is a profound question to consider.
Keep learning, keep planning, and we'll talk to you next time.